Sharon, I'm delighted that you could be with us this morning to answer a few questions. But before we continue, would you tell us a little bit about yourself so that our readers will be able to get to know you better?
Yes. First of all, thank you for inviting me. My name, you call me Sharon. My full name is Elaine Sharon. People that I worked with knew me as Elaine. But my familiar name, the name my mother called me, and all of my friends, was Sharon. I was born in Chicago, on the far south side. I still live in the house that my parents moved me into when I was 6 months old. I'm an active member of Oakdale Covenant Church, where Pastor Griffin is a pastor. So I'm a mother, and a grandmother, and an auntie, and a friend.
You really have a lot of roles in your life, and that's really interesting. And one of the roles you indicated is your Christian service. Can you define a moment in your life where you were really intentional about saying, I intend to follow God?
Yes. It was 2 years before I retired. I worked for a company that I got a temporary job that was supposed to last 6 months. And it's every 6 months they renew the contract. I started out as a property manager and ended up getting a promotion as general manager. Well, 2 years out, so it's almost 12 years I've been working, and they wanted to phase the job out, and I wasn't ready. Of course, I should have been ready because it was a temporary job, but they were ready to phase the job out, and I had to start laying people off. And I asked the Lord for a favor. Lord, if you give me 2 more years, I will do anything you want me to do, go anywhere you want me to go. Well, you know, we humans, we forget that. So he did his part, and my administrative assistant was also my prayer partner. So when the job was coming to an end, she reminded me of the deal I had made with God. And said, what are you going to do? And it was like, oh, yeah, I got it. So I thought I wanted to go into the Peace Corps. I remember in the 60s when President Kennedy went around and formed the Peace Corps. And at that time, it was very difficult for African Americans to get into the Peace Corps. And I met a Peace Corps worker and found out that the Peace Corps takes you at any age. So I got an application, and I started doing service projects, and I needed one more reference. I went to Pastor Griffin and told Pastor Griffin, and he said, Sister Sharon, that's a missionary. You're not going to go into the Peace Corps. We're going to pray and fast. Ask the Lord what the plans he has for you. And we did. And Covenant World Mission sent me an application. I filled it out, and they say the rest is history.
Pastor Griffin was an encouragement to you. Are there a couple of other people that have helped shape your faith journey?
Oh, yes. Well, first of all, my mother and my grandmother. I didn't know it at the time, and my sister and my family, we laugh about them now, that they were social activists, community activists before they had a name. So they were my examples. To just do whatever little thing you can when you see somebody that the society is not treating very, very nicely. But then when I got to be an adult, I went to Trinity United Church of Christ. And that's when the church was a small church. It's about 25, 50 people there. And so the pastor also taught. And it was Africans that shaped our faith. And I learned that there were black folks in the Bible. And it just made it alive for me. And we took mission trips. We took sojourns. And from that, he would point out passages in the Bible to tie them back, and then also talk about the culture of those people. Well, I left after a long time when the church got to be about, 4,000 or 5,000 people. One of the smaller churches, and I went down the street to Oakdale Covenant Church, where I took my first Sunday school class with Reverend Mel. and that was missiology. I was fascinated because it was kind of like the same thing. It was kind of like anthropology, history, culture, and Bible. But I didn't see myself as a missionary. Well, he kind of started forming me. As I said before, Pastor Griffin told me I was a missionary. Well, when Covenant called me, Pastor Griffin formed a group, my mentors. It was Dr. Davenport, Reverend Dillard, and Pastor Griffin. And they schooled me, they taught me, they molded me, and helped me understand what my role was now as a servant for the Lord.
You've had a very active life, which is post-traditional retirement time. Can you give us a few more specifics about these mission ventures?
In 2010, at the 125th ECC's annual meeting in St. Paul, Minnesota, I was commissioned as the first African-American missionary in the evangelical community. That was a wow. And I was assigned to Cameroon as a missionary. I didn't want to be called a missionary because I had this old colonial way of what a missionary was. So I wanted to be called a holistic community developer. I didn't know where Cameroon was, and I remember during meet, I ran out at lunch to the library on Foster Avenue. And the only book they had on Cameroon was a children's book. And I got the atlas, and I said, I'm going to Africa. I thought the Cameroons was in the and I'm a geography major. So I started studying the culture and all the things about it. And I realized that the people that I was going to work with, which was women, are illiterate, but I don't call them illiterate. They're oil runners. I'm not very good at remembering verses in the Bible. And I didn't know how in the world did he pick me to be a missionary? Because I thought missionaries had to know all those Bible verses and be able to really pray and preach, and I didn't do that. But the Holy Spirit led me to biblical storytelling. So just before I left, I took classes and I became a biblical storyteller, and I'm a biblical storyteller now. And that is how, when I got to Cameroon, that was my ministry, because most of the women could not read and write. Women have the right to go to school, but it doesn't mean that they are allowed to go to school. And so I had women that loved the Lord and didn't know how that they can make disciples of Christ. And so through biblical storytelling, I taught them how to put the Bible in their heart, and then it would come out and they can make disciples for Christ. I stayed there 2.5 years, came home, and it was hard to leave them. And so I go back every 6 months for 6 weeks since 2013. And I'm leaving in just a few weeks, and I'll be gone for 6 weeks.
Sharon, I admire your tenacity in finding out the information needed to be prepared to go to Cameroon. In addition to that, are there some other experiences that you would like to see people have when they reflect on your life, which is a vital life? It's significant. It's not just busy.
No, it's not. I'm busy, but people say, "Oh, you're so busy," but it's like a purpose. I realized that when you really just surrender to the Lord and let Him get you into the plan, when you're in the center of the plan, you have such joy. You are so satisfied that it's no longer about work. You know, I always joke with people and say that when we're born, the Lord didn't stamp an expiration date on our behind. And so serving doesn't have a time frame. The Great Commission doesn't have a time limit on it. And so we serve. And when you get really wrapped up in serving, time doesn't mean anything anymore. Just recently, a lady that she was saying how she's so sick that people don't know the blessings that the Lord has given, and she wants to do something. And she says, so I want to pray for my neighborhood and for the people on my block. And I said, your curb is the uttermost part of the world. And if you can go to the curb and pray, the people in your neighborhood will say, what's she doing out there? And you tell them, I'm praying for the neighborhood. And you'll have more people come out to the uttermost part of your world. So we have to get out of our head where the uttermost part of the world is and where we can serve. Because the Lord will just show you where you're supposed to be.
I read recently that Ruth Graham had on her tombstone, end of construction. Thanks for your patience. What kind of a legacy would you hope to be able to leave?
Well, I think I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm going back in a couple of weeks to Cameroon, and my 13-year-old grandson is going with me. And I told Miles that I don't take people on vacations, that he has to go on a mission trip with me. And he said, I don't know how to do that, Grandma. And I said, what's your passion? He said, basketball. And I said, well, your mission is basketball. The kids in Cameroon have a basketball court that was built. The young man came and lived in the same house I did right after I vacated. And he's gone now. So my grandson has raised funds on his own and has bought equipment, basketball equipment. And it's amazing when you start telling people about your ministry, that people want to be part of it. So the principal of Oakdale Academy is a basketball coach. And he brought Miles to his coaching and told him about the equipment to buy, what to do, and how to use it. So he has all of this equipment that the people of Oakdale and neighbors and friends have all just jumped in, and he is going to Cameroon. So I hope that's my legacy, that my family, my friends, my church family can see that you can serve until the day that the Lord calls you home. So when the Lord calls me home, I want the Lord to say to me, welcome